Welcome and thanks so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Deb Gillard and today is Monday, February 16th. We are so glad you're with us today. We've got a great show coming up for you. Of course, you can find us on multiple times, Monday through Saturday on Charter Channel 181. I always have to refresh myself after the Charter channels changed. Say that 5 times fast, but there you go. Channel 181 on Charter. Also, the show can be found on the internet, on our YouTube, Owatonna Today Show, Facebook, and the thirdhandvideo.com. If you like us on Facebook, then you get a direct link to each of the shows as they are uploaded each week or each day that they come on and that they are new. So you can also follow us on Twitter. Wow, we're just like everywhere, and that is Twitter at Owatonna Today, all spelled out. So we, of course, welcome your comments, your suggestions, your information about events coming up in the community that we read at the end of each show. Please pass those along, probably via email is the best way. That is owatonnatoday@charter.net, or by calling Leanne 390-5751 for other information. As I mentioned, we've got a great show coming up for you. First of all, after we come back from our break, Julie Anderson joins us with Transitional Housing of Steele County, so a lot of things to talk about there. A little bit later on in the program, on location for the Little Theater of Owatonna's winter play. So let's take a break for our supporters, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. For current exhibits and events, check our website, www.steelehistorymuseum.org.
Welcome back. Thanks again for joining us on this Monday, February 16th. And as I promised, there you are, Julie Anderson.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We always love talking with you about the needs that are here in the community, because we are looking for folks to help with those needs, to understand the needs, and to understand transitional housing. So we're very glad to have you here. I know there are a couple of events we kind of want to touch base with, but you had your breakfast and lunch and that was at the end of last year, correct?
Yes.
And how did that go for you?
Oh, we are so grateful for all of the donors who contributed to the events, and we had some great results. We raised over $80,000 for people who are currently homeless and need housing, and people who are in housing but are at risk for homelessness and need help with eviction prevention. So we were very pleased with the results of that, and we can't emphasize enough how much we appreciate the community coming out and supporting transitional housing. Okay. That helped us to serve over 59 households last year.
Really?
And of course, we're hoping to get that number up even again this year as we continue to have families on our waiting list needing help.
I know, we were just talking about that a little bit before the program started, just knowing that there are individuals and families out there whose needs are not currently being met, and of course that's something that you want to be able to do as much as possible. We want to kind of talk about the statistics and a little bit about what constitutes homelessness and that kind of thing. Right. But another event that I wanted to just check in with you on, I know you were part of the Project Community Connect. Correct. Did I get that right?
You got it perfectly right.
Okay, which was just held recently, and you were a part of that, and how did that go?
We were a small part of it in the big picture, but we're very pleased to have been part of it. Actually, the really great team of volunteers for the Project Community Connect pulled this together, a number of nonprofit agencies that make up our homelessness response team. So the community response team here in Steele County put this together, and this event was held on January the 22nd. Over 99 intakes were done. So that means over 99 households, 99 families and individuals were served. So if you multiply that number, 99 times maybe on average 3 or 4 people in each household, you've got a significant number of people. These folks came in and were able to receive flu shots, were able to receive meal meals, a hot meal, wonderful hygiene bags, supplies that were donated from people throughout the community, churches and legal organizations. So a number of agencies participated. This was held on January the 22nd at St. Joe's Parish.
Okay.
And we're very thankful for St. Joe's for hosting as well, and for the entire team that put this together.
That's a nice location, too,
wonderful
for people
location.
to be able to interact with all the agencies that were there. And I know that we announced
Absolutely.
it here on the Owatonna Today Show, and I know you had other information
it's
in
just
the
wonderful.
community. So the hope is that that information will get out to those that need it.
Absolutely. And the beautiful thing about the Project Community Connect event, it's held every year in January, is that it's one-stop shopping. It's one-stop shopping for people who are homeless or are at risk, and they can access a number of services all in one location. We also do get some statistics that day. We count to see how many people are experiencing homelessness, and those statistics are used basically around the state for the Wilder Foundation so that we can get an accurate count of the people who experience homelessness.
Okay, and well, let's talk a little bit about that. The people who experience homelessness are many and varied, I guess. There's really not a typical
Right.
homeless person or family, if you will. And
That's
there,
true.
I know there were some recent stories done in the Owatonna People's Press.
Yes.
You were mentioning
Very
that
well
kind of tell those stories.
Very much, very much. We always have an expression in our office, when you've met one client, you've met one client.
Exactly.
Because no story is exactly the same. People are homeless for a variety of reasons, and a number of people are homeless because of domestic violence, which was highlighted as the first story that Kim Hyatt from the Owatonna People's Press did. She did an excellent job really tapping into the causes, the fundamental causes. Domestic violence is the leading cause. The economy is another leading cause, but the economy is starting to turn around a little. What we're seeing is that people are doing what we call couch hopping. So if they have a situation where maybe they have fewer hours at work, or they're having to experience homelessness with their families, typically they'll be couch hopping for a while. So that was featured in the stories as well. A number of people that are couch hopping, going from home to
Explain to
home.
some of our viewers who may not understand. Okay, you were just getting there, weren't
Very,
you? Exactly
very
what
common.
couch hopping is.
We have over 100 children in the Owatonna School District that are experiencing this with their families. Basically, couch hopping is where a family or an individual goes from home to home to home to avoid having to sleep outside or in an uninhabitable space. So, for
Someone
example,
who will basically give them a
somebody
couch to
who
sleep
would just
on
give them a
for a
couch.
short period of time. Okay.
For a few nights.
Okay.
But they have that terrible uncertainty of not knowing from night to night where they're going to be. So they sometimes have to really kind of beg friends and family to stay there. So it's a very unstable feeling, going from home to home, couch to couch. The other types of homelessness we're seeing a lot of people that are homeless because they're working but they can't make ends meet. So we see that. We see chronic homelessness where people have years and years of homelessness that they're experiencing, for example, couch hopping over a period of time. So men often become homeless if they are not able to couch hop, so they end up in places like the hospitality house. Women can become homeless because of domestic violence or because of the economy, or one partner leaves a family and suddenly you're dealing with a very scary economic situation. So many, many causes.
Many, many causes and many, many situations.
Absolutely.
And like you said, each one is going to be
Very different.
unique and different.
Yeah.
The transitional housing of Steele County helps in a lot of different ways.
Right.
So you're there to help even prevent homelessness. So
Absolutely.
if someone is in that position, can't make ends meet, what am I going to do? I can't make next month's rent.
Right,
That's an important aspect of what you do.
In addition to our 2-year transitional housing program where we help people get into an apartment and help subsidize their rent and provide case management, we also have a program called eviction prevention. So if you were to call me and say, I cannot make my rent payment this month because something unexpected happened, a partner left, for example, so your income changed, then we can help you get over that hump for 1 month. We do have a waiting list sometimes for that program. It varies from month to month how much funding we would have, but typically we can help subsidize your rent for that 1 month to help you get over that hump so you don't end up cycling into homelessness. And we would provide that directly to the landlord.
And that is a very important aspect of
Extremely.
what you do. Do you have any idea how many families, individuals you have helped with that?
Typically each year on average about 20 families.
About
two
20
fa-
families
20 to
with the eviction
24.
prevention
Correct.
part of it.
And that's
Okay.
the best way to assist because it really does stop that cycle of homelessness in the family.
Okay. The other where you're working, not necessarily, someone has cycled into homelessness and now you're finding them a place to live.
Exactly.
And you mentioned 2-year, kind of a
Yes.
2-year situation. Just in a nutshell, because we could talk for a long time about
absolutely.
it, but how does that work then for an individual or a family?
If a family were to call us and need help for the longer program, which we call transitional housing, we would help that family get into an apartment. We would pay for the first month's rent and damage deposit at one time.
Okay.
Then our program would continue to subsidize that rent, paying a portion of the rent according to income for a period of up to 2 years.
Okay.
Very often, the program doesn't need to go that long. So, for example, if you needed help, you might be fine in a year. You might be able to sustain yourself in a year or a year and a half. But when the family gets to the point where they're able to sustain their rent on their own, because they've had that time to work and they've had that time to build up their funds or to get a little bit better at budgeting, that sort of thing, they can stand on their own 2 feet, then we kind of back out. And what we try to do is we pay a portion of the rent according to income, but we pay less and less each month, and they pay slightly more. The idea is that over time, they're going to be paying more each month.
And you're
then by the
working on
time we're done, they're
self-sufficiency,
self-sufficient.
ultimately.
Exactly. That's the goal. That's the goal.
It is something that I know that you work very closely with
Yes.
those people as well. So it's not just here you go, figure it out on
No,
your own.
no.
So as you're going through that transition
Right.
with them, you're there to be support, to be
Yes.
encouragement,
Absolutely.
to be that kind of that firm
Very
person
much.
that says, this is not a long-term fix.
This is not a long term.
You
This
know,
is
we
not
need
a
you to
handout.
do this. And that's one of the
Absolutely.
things that I love hearing about transitional housing, but it's truly meant to be transitional.
Absolutely.
It is meant to have someone get there.
Absolutely.
And be and have that self-worth and everything that comes along with being
Absolutely.
standing
I
on their
could
own
not
2
have said
feet.
that better.
Okay,
And
well,
case management is at the cornerstone of what we
Yes.
do. We have a case manager go into the home every other week, meeting with that person, making sure that they're budgeting, that they're paying their rent on time, that they're paying down on their debts, that they're saving, and they have goals. Each family has their goals so that they're working towards those goals. People must either work or go to school to be
Okay.
in our program. You must do one or the other.
have to be doing something
Absolutely,
productive,
and
basically.
that helps lead them to self-sufficiency. But the person that is the primary agent of control is the client themselves. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it is a great program. I've heard so many success stories being at the breakfasts, and
Thank you.
and it's wonderful. And I know your intention is to hopefully the next time you're on here have maybe one of those individuals
Absolutely.
to come and tell their story. Because I'll tell you what, even beyond Julie talking about it, which she does so well and is so dedicated and passionate about the program, hearing some of those stories is what really gets you.
Absolutely. You bet,
You
you
know,
bet.
you
They're
hear
what it's
about,
about.
yep, you hear about the people who have done it and are so proud of themselves and should be.
Absolutely.
You know, they've done a great job. So tell folks how they can get a hold of you, Julie.
Absolutely. Give us a call at 446-9315. Again, 507-446-9315.
Okay.
And we have a number of ways that people can make support our agency, both in terms of time and talent. And
Okay. And
Thank
they're looking
you
for you. Thank you,
very
Julie,
much.
very much, and for everything that you do. Transitional
Thank you.
Housing of Steele County. Thanks.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Let's take this break for our supporters, and then we're going to head back out, or we're going to head out onto location. Little Theater of Owatonna's Winter Play, 39 Steps. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Buddy Ricker, and I play about 10 different characters in this play, including the Crofter and Mrs. McGarrigle.
And I'm Steve Searle, and I play about 9 different characters in this play, and we're both in LTO's current production of The 39 Steps, directed by Linda Karnauskas and sponsored by Jostens and Viricon.
Performances of the 39 Steps will be held Friday and Saturday, February 20th and 21st at 7:30 p.m., with a matinee on Sunday, February 22nd at 2 p.m.
And again the following Thursday and Saturday, February 26th, 27th, and 28th.
If you want tickets, they're available at LTO box office by calling the following number, 451-0764, or if you've got a computer, use it and go into littletheaterofowatonna.org.
1, 2, 3.
Don't
miss LTO's production of The 39 Steps.
Carbon monoxide is a colorless, odorless gas produced by gas-fired appliances in your home. The state of Minnesota requires that you have a carbon monoxide alarm within 10 feet of sleeping areas in your home. We suggest you have a digital readout carbon monoxide alarm. That way we were able to check and see what the concentration amount was when the alarm went off. This has been a public safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home, and we're proud to serve the Medford and Owatonna areas with cremation and traditional funeral services.
And we're proud to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
And we're back at the Owatonna Today Show. We are in the infamous Little Theater of Owatonna Auditorium. We are here to talk about 39 steps, and we're going to start our conversation with Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hi.
How are you? I'm going to say your last name because I told you we'll butcher it.
Karnauskas.
Karnauskas. You are the director of this show.
I am.
And we'll get into this a little bit, but this is quite an ambitious project that you've decided to undertake. Are you crazy?
I've been told that.
Okay.
I have literally been told that.
Yeah. So give us a quick synopsis of the show.
What it is it's the old Alfred Hitchcock. John Buchan wrote a novel. Alfred Hitchcock made an iconic movie in 1935. And then two English gentlemen adapted it or had the idea to put it into 4 actors on a stage. And then Patrick Barlow adapted it for stage. So it's a whole full-length, iconic 1935 movie with 4 characters.
So are we looking at a noir thing, kind of, where there's a mystery, or what is the concept?
There's everything in this play. There's mystery, there's intrigue, there's romance, there's death-defying maneuvers. Yeah.
Okay. And you said you have 4 actors?
4, I do.
Okay. And so let's go ahead and meet them real quick. So we'll start with the gentleman standing behind you. Go ahead and hand the microphone to him.
My name's Steve Searle.
That's good. Nice start. No,
Thanks.
stay.
Oh.
Now, I know with 4 actors in a long story, you're playing more than one character.
That's correct.
And so you personally, do you know how many you play?
Something like 9,
Okay.
8 or 9, something like that.
And
yeah.
what are the ranges? What types of characters do you play?
Oh, anything from a milkman to a professor.
My big question is, are we going to see you in a dress?
Not this time.
Oh, so close. As an actor, how difficult is it? Because when you're playing 9 characters, you want them to be very different. For you, how have you been able to achieve that?
There's a lot of voices in my head, mostly. So it's just lining those up just right.
Making sure they match
Yeah.
the characters.
Put them in order. It helps.
Speaking of crazy, all right, so let's go ahead and meet our next actor.
Hello, I'm Buddy Ricker.
And Buddy, about how many do you have?
I have about 10.
10, okay. And so for you, are there any dialect changes, or do you kind of use the American accent throughout?
Nope, I have about 4 different dialects.
And how often do you kind of mix those up?
Every time the character requires it. Often. Yes.
So along with the character changes, are there a lot of costume changes, or is it pretty simplistic?
For me, I am bragging about the fact that I have more costume changes than anyone in this show combined.
Congratulations.
I will be in 4
You
dresses.
get to wear a dress. Yes!
And they are
That's why you come to the show.
They are
right?
amazing.
See Buddy in a dress.
My
That's
high
right,
school
yeah.
dream
Yeah.
come true. So.
And so I know you do work at Federated.
Yep.
And so are all your coworkers coming as well?
Yes, I mean, they say they will, so hopefully they'll be here, yes.
Yeah, just take pictures, just
Yes.
say they saw that.
If nothing else, then
Good.
they have leverage on me. So.
Well, good. So next we have John Terrell.
Hello.
Hi, John.
Hi, how are you?
You've been in a play like this before, where you've had to
Yep.
play multiple characters. And
Lucky me, I only get to play 1.
What?
Yes, exactly.
So tell us a little bit about your character.
Well, my character is just sort of this English guy who gets sucked up into this murder mystery. He has no clue what's going on, and he's got a few clues to find out what's going on, and he just gets caught up in the middle of everything.
So you are the detective in a way?
Yeah, sort of.
Figuring out who done it?
Yeah, who done it and what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Do you play a straight character to a lot of these other weird antics that are going on around
Yeah,
you?
I do. I mean, like, I sort of like basically have to carry the plot so that you know what's going on. I'm not really that funny and towards, there's a few scenes I say things, but no.
How hard is it for you to not crack up when these crazy things are happening?
Well, let me just say, Steve Searle, Blofeld from Bond, and The Fish cracked me up.
Yeah.
What did you just say? Real words?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Shows his Garibaldi, it's all done with.
Oh, okay. I don't even want to know what that is. I don't even want to know what that is.
No, it's just The Fish. Just remember, The Fish
But on the scale
is...
of things, it's pretty funny.
Exactly.
So is it pretty hard for you to stay in character and keep that straight face while these guys are being crazy around you?
Yes, it is. Usually give me about a week and I can keep a straight face.
Okay, so you haven't achieved that quite yet?
We have achieved it in some scenes, but not. The Fish was new. The Fish was new. All I can say is it cracked me up.
Okay, so you've seen a really good idea of I'm going to take this, of who the actors are. These are the people who put in a lot of hours on stage, memorizing lines, blocking, that kind of thing. But then we want to talk to some of the technical people. These are people who have also put on a lot of hours, ladies. I think you'd agree with that. Building sets, that kind of thing. So I was hoping we could chat with you. So let's start with you, Elaine. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Elaine Benson. I'm stage managing.
So how do you corral these cats? Seriously, it's like a herd of cats, can it be?
I seriously haven't figured it out yet.
As we look at this stage, I'm not seeing a lot of set. So what is it going to be like for you with scene changes? Because it's a lot of different things. So tell me a little bit about that process. Yes. Well, they're laughing at you already. I'm scared for her.
Whole set is behind the curtain. Yes. Yeah, you're right. You don't see a lot of set out here for this scene.
Yeah.
There are scenes, however, that there are some heavy scene changes, and
do you get help for
very
that, or
busy.
do you have to do it all by
Yes,
yourself?
I have.
Oh, you do?
I
Okay.
have a beautiful crew.
Yeah.
And
that's one of the great things about theater is, we have these crazy guys who are out on stage, but we have these amazing volunteers who maybe aren't a little bit shy of being on stage, but they can do backstage stuff. So you have this whole crew of people who are willing to kind of come volunteer their time. And do you have a lot of props that you have to deal with and get on and off? Do they break
There are a
anything?
lot of props, and the actors are taking care of most of their props, actually. They have a gigantic job in this play, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And I guess what we're striving to do is just make their job easier so that they make us look good.
Good. Well, or you make them look good.
They
That's really
need to
how it
make
works.
us look good.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So let's go ahead and introduce you.
I'm Brenda Hager, technical director.
Technical director. And so this is your first time standing alongside Linda, who's directed before.
Correct.
Are you interested in directing someday?
Maybe someday, not in the near future.
After this play, not tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow.
So what has it been for you to watch her try and direct and watch these actors and kind of make a cohesive thing, but yet different for every actor?
It's been a real learning experience of all the stuff that goes into. It's not just throw them on the stage and there.
Because you've worked with other shows before.
Yeah, I'm usually the house manager.
Okay, all right. And so this has been a little bit more intense maybe than what you're used to.
A lot more hours.
Yeah, a lot more hours. When is the show performing? I want to make sure we get that in before we go.
The 39 Steps will be held Friday and Saturday, February 20 and 21st at 7:30, with a matinee on Sunday, February 22nd at 2, and again the following Thursday through Saturday, February 26, 27, and 28 at 7:30.
And Leanne, how much time do we have? I want to make sure. 2.5 minutes. Okay, good. We got a lot of time. So what I want to ask you then is, for you, what is one reason why people need to come and see the show?
It is really funny.
Yeah.
I had to stand in one night, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. They're just hilarious.
Yeah.
They're really funny.
Good. Well,
it's a fun play.
And I want to talk to Linda about that, so we'll go back over here. So Linda, tell me, how many plays have you directed?
Just one other.
Okay, go ahead and hold that. I got my own. You can use that one.
Just one other.
And so what was the other show that you directed?
Pack of Lies, about 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago.
Okay, and so how has that experience been different than this one?
Well, Pack of Lies was a serious, it was a true story, actually. It was based on truth, and it was based on friendship and a lot of relational things. But this show is...
It's not.
It's based on... this show is based on a story, a man who starts out going through a midlife crisis, and he is trying to pick himself up by the bootstraps and make some fun of it. So he goes to the Palladium to see a show, and then everything else happens to him. And I read the script, and I fell in love with it. And I submitted, and they allowed me to direct it. And it's been an honor and a privilege. We have had so much fun. I laugh every night. These are wonderful, wonderful people from head to toe. They're just all our crew and technical people. It's just been a good ride. It's been a lot of fun.
I think sometimes people forget, they come see a show, they see 4 guys on stage, they forget the multitudes of people with costuming and set design and set building and lights and sound. All those things are so important. They would be naked and in the dark if it weren't for everybody else.
And they had to come on 2 weeks earlier for this show because of the amount of cues. And I think I estimated there are, and this is probably a conservative number, there are 7 people supporting behind the scenes each actor you'll see on stage.
So that's a lot of support. And of course, I know Little Theater's always looking for more, so if you need some help. Yeah, good. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thanks,
really
Shelley.
appreciate your time. We'll be right back. Oh, the dates again, real quick.
Saturday, February 20 and 21st at 7:30 p.m. with a matinee Sunday, February 22nd at 2 p.m. and again the following Thursday through Saturday, the 26th, 27th, and 28th at 7:30.
And you can contact Little Theater of Owatonna at their website to get tickets. Thanks, guys. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Amy Martinez.
And I'm Adam Martinez, owners of Snap Fitness in Owatonna.
Snap Fitness is a fast, convenient, and affordable fitness center, and we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty.
And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. It's time to wrap up our program here on this Monday, February 16th, with a few announcements. The Riverbend Nature Center staff invites adults and young adults. Sorry, I thought it was going to say adults, young and old. I couldn't quite figure that one. To come out and learn about land restoration techniques with professionals from the Landscape Restoration Company. That will be this Wednesday, February 18th at 3 o'clock. At the Nature Center, you'll learn restoration techniques, practice implementing those techniques, and then hopefully take them home to utilize on your own property. If you would like more information about this at Riverbend Nature Center, contact Caitlin Muller, Education Coordinator, at 507-332-7151, or you can visit their website, which is rbnc.org, riverbendnaturecenter.org, for more information about that. The Steele County Historical Society and Culture Fest Committee are pleased to announce their 3rd annual joint event. It's coming up this Friday, February 20th at the History Center. It's a World of Flavors Food and Brew Fest. It's a multicultural celebration of music, food, beer, and coffee. Guests are going to be taking a trip around the culinary world, enjoying specialties from Norway, Germany, Mexico, Sudan, USA, France, Ireland, Middle East, and Greece. The evening will begin at 5 o'clock, social hour, and then a homebrew contest. Tickets are $25 per person, include all food, entertainment, and the evening's festivities, and they are available at from Culture Fest committee members, Triumph Graphics, Kotke's, or at the Steele County Historical Society History Center. So do plan on enjoying that. It sounds like a really fun evening and a great benefit. Coming up on Wednesday's program, we will have Tim Penny here from the Southeastern Minnesota Initiative Foundation, and Beth Sven be joining us for the From the Heart Half Marathon. Have a great day. We'll see you on Wednesday.